It's KEXP. What's up? It's DJ Mike Ramos down here in our live room with none other than Danny Brown. Thanks for tuning in.
Reach one, teach one. Cause show you touch the water, how you eat, son. We jumping in that low tide. Strap the fuck up, it's time to ride. Going like Scuff Tim's, nigga, that's above the rim. When Birdie whip the blade out, nigga, time to fade out. This that blade brown, get down to lay down. Nigga, better stay round. Great how my playground. Had a Mexican homie named Chinese in the all black hoodie, and he got that white. If you ain't got that green, then we might see red. Put a knot on your head, then we might see dread. Straight hair, white hoe with them pinky toes. Eating on noodles like Piscopo. You ain't talk to my lawyers, then I don't know. If you ain't watering the seeds, then how we grow. Reach one, teach one. Cause show you touch the water, how you eat, son. We jumping in that low tide. Strap the fuck up, it's time to ride. Jumping in like Greg Louganis, scrape his head against the diving board. A cyborg with vocal cords deeper than the ocean floor. Mel Norris, rappers ain't eating like me. So if the pass the toe, then you got to pay your fee. Got your tickets to the murder show, RSVP. Got problems at the door, then ask for me. Got problem with parking, then ask for tea. Got a problem with voting, you were absentee. Just that Black Lives Matter, still sniff cocaine. Paid for a therapist, but I still ain't changed. Just that Black Lives Matter, still sniff cocaine. Paid for a therapist, but I still ain't changed. Reach one, teach one. Show you touch the water, how you eat, son. We jumping in that low tide. Strap the fuck up, it's time to ride.
User disconnected from your channel.
Like a moth in a flame, when you burn, you learn. Rush to mistakes just to wait your turn. Get what you need, what you want, you earn. When it's time, then it's time, but that ain't my concern. Like a moth in a flame, when you burn, you learn. Rush to mistakes just to wait your turn. Get what you need, what you want, you earn. When it's time, then it's time, but that ain't my concern. This rap shit a layup, I'm going for a dunk. Going big like bitches' panties during that time of the month. If it's an easy way to get it, tell me where to sign up. Ain't no shortcuts, a process you can trust. I done came up, nigga, on a grip and a half. Thirsty for a better life, so I poured me a glass. Slice a humble pie, look myself in the eye. You can never trust yourself when you're living a lie. Like a few of these rappers I know, always following trends. Scared to stick to the code. Back in the day, they sold for rock and roll. But with this rap shit, a nigga sell his booty hole. What you doing over there? We doing this over here. My aunt Dot was on tour, couldn't shed no tears. Had to go on stage, so I'm turning the page. You can whoosh all you want, but this ain't back in the day. Gotta move on, nigga, cause this pain don't last. Gotta move on, nigga, cause this life don't last. New nigga in your spot, now you're punching the clock. Shit getting out of hand, tell me when will it stop? This little pink pill tasting like it got sugar in it. Done so much coke, it's like a gram on my booger, nigga. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, nigga, better wake up. It's a million ways to get it, better make them wake up. Don't stay up, sleep well. Stop worrying about you niggas, started caring about myself. Looked in the mirror, started staring at myself. Told myself I'ma get it, fuck everything else. Like a moth in the flame, when you burn, you learn. Rush to mistakes just to wait your turn. Get what you need, what you want, you earn. When it's time, then it's time, but that ain't my concern. Like a moth in the flame, when you burn, you learn. Rush to mistakes just to wait your turn. Get what you need, what you want, you earn. When it's time, then it's time, but that ain't my concern.
You got to tune to KEXP. DJ Mike Ramos in here in our live room with Danny Brown. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah, you know. And those last two songs from your new album, Quaranta, we had Tantor and Ain't My Concern. Love that Alchemist beat on that Tantor, crazy sample flip. And that was like the most sort of like your old style track on that album. And the rest of it is definitely for people that have been listening to you for a while. Kind of like I was mentioning, most people I feel like caught a wind of you around 2010, 11. So definitely been a while since then. Definitely a next step in your, you know, evolution as an artist, as a rapper. This album's a lot more, you know, toned down, personal, confessional, and some might say darker, but it's just because you're talking about some really real stuff on it. You know, there was a lot of changes, you know, since your 2010, 2011. And I mean, I just got to say, you know, as a fan of you for a while, like, it's really good to hear you kind of in this stage and everything like that. I seen something pop up on my Instagram yesterday. Happy 1 year on that, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And just kind of wanted to say, like, you know, you've been rapping through a few different eras now. Like, everybody caught wind of you 2010, 2011, signed with Fool's Gold, all that. Been putting out albums pretty consistently since then. And I mean, you started way back in, you know, 2003, like probably even before that, you know, and then putting out your mixtapes in 2007. So you've seen like the G-Unit / Dipset era. You've seen the the blog era, the media fire, and like, you know, live mixtapes era, like into the, you know, streaming era, through the weird kind of awkward SoundCloud era in the middle there. And man, you know, you've been kind of putting out this music, this quality music the whole time. Like, what's Danny Brown's keys to like longevity, man? Because, you know, rap is known as a young man's game, and you know.
I think just really caring about it for the most part. I think I love what I do. I feel blessed to do it. And I think for the most part, just caring and pretty much just studying and just taking my time too. I don't think I really ever rushed any project. So I think I always just look for inspiration in odd places, I would say, for the most part. But I think the main thing is just caring. After a while, when you do music for so long, it could just only be a source of monetary gain for a lot of artists. And for me, it's still like my form of therapy and my artistic expression. So, yeah. And I feel like more of a vessel now than I did before, you know? So I just feel blessed to be able to do it. So I think just caring.
No, absolutely. And yeah, you mentioned, like, I feel like you went the exact, like, the perfect amount of time between your albums to kind of keep it, you know, you weren't just stacking things up one year after the other. You were kind of letting it marinate for a while, going on the tour, letting people enjoy it, get to know it. And, you know, like 3-4 years later, putting out something else with different sounds and stuff like that. And kind of talking about the inspirations and stuff, I mean, like, you have always been, like, I've always just been super impressed by, like, I feel like you could be like an A&R or something if you weren't a rapper, just because you've always known music. Like, I remember when you were first coming out, I was like, man, who's this guy wearing like the Frank Zappa, David Bowie t-shirts and stuff like that? And, you know, following you, like, I want to say this in this interview because let me put it on the record. Danny Brown has introduced me to some of my favorite rappers to date, just through the stuff that you've been sharing. Like, I remember finding out Main Attractions through you, who became like my favorite, like, for like, you know,
yeah, legends,
man. Yeah, legends, man. Shout out Squad. Squad actually came to KEXP one time just on the strength, not even for an in-studio, just.
Yeah, we've actually been working with Squatter. Nice.
It's good to see him doing music again as well. Squatter, like, I remember you were the first person that I seen tweeting about Young Thug. This is like right before 1017 Thug came out. So I was just, and like me and shout out my guy Larry Mizell Jr. here, when I used to help him out on Street Sounds, like when 1017 Thug was out, we were playing that out, and we had to like edit it by hand because there's no cleans and all this stuff like that. But yeah, so I mean, you've always definitely been kind of ahead of the curve, or just really appreciated music. You've always kind of collaborated with people maybe outside of your comfort zone, you know. I remember you getting beats from Rusty, you know, in like 2012, 13, when he had that amazing record in like 2011, and you know, working with people like Purity Ring, you know, just kind of stuff like that. And your collaborations have always felt pretty organic, though. You know, a lot of times it's like, oh, someone's paying for a feature or this or that, or it's very strategic. But yeah, like, what makes you like kind of, are you usually the one reaching out, or people reaching out to you, or like, how do you make those materialize really?
It's usually me, like you say, me talking about them on social media, and then eventually we'll just probably, you know, start to talk. But I mean, I guess, you know, a lot of times people
or just see somebody getting some motion or something, then they be like, oh, I got to work with him because he's hot right now and stuff like that. I actually just genuinely be fans of them. So I know, you know, listen to their albums a lot. So I think that's what kind of make it work because I know what they do. I know their strong points and how it can work into my universe for the most part. But yeah, man, just being a fan of music. I mean, it's hard to still be a fan as much when you are artist too, you know. But I still got that teenager, that child in me that makes me just, you know, be humble about it and be like, oh, man, this is dope. And just still be a fan of music, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you can just really tell you're a fan of the music. And, I mean, it's kind of just been in you since, you know, like forever. I mean, I got to the last track of the new album, and, like, I almost shed a tear, man. That is a beautiful track.
Thank you,
and
man.
You sharing about, you know, like just listening to music, like when you were growing up with your parents and stuff like that. And the part about, you know, maybe you didn't say things to each other, but you would put the song on and like, and the tears, you know, would come or whatever. And yeah, man, that was just super beautiful. And like, I don't know if I might be mistaken about this too. Was your dad like a DJ or something?
He was a house DJ.
Yeah.
You know.
In Detroit back in the day, that's...
Yeah, but he had kids at a young age, so his dreams had to go on hold.
For sure. But I mean, that era of Detroit, the DJ, like you had to, you know, really be about it if you were a DJ in Detroit in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, shout out the whole, you know, Detroit techno and just all the music that's come out of there. And man, was gonna say, just this is kind of random. So speaking to your dad, bro, is your dad half Filipino? Are you part Filipino?
My dad's half Filipino, so I'm a quarter Filipino.
Yeah. Bro, me exactly the same. My dad's literally half.
tight.
I'm a quarter. Yeah, I had to confirm that, just, you know, on a personal level. But yeah, and I mean, just the love of the music, man. Like it just kind of what keeps you in it, keeps you coming back to it. That's kind of just what we celebrate here, you know, at KEXP, and like what we do. It's why our DJs are able to play what we can. It's why I was able to play tracks from Triple X in 2012 on the radio or whatever. And man, just thank you for your contributions to all this. And
no, thank y'all too, because I've watched KEXP for a long time, and I got put up on a lot of dope stuff from just watching this channel. So I'm honored to be here.
That's you got any favorite sessions? Favorite KEXP sessions?
I could just say the last one. I remember I got put up on the Bobby Lees from watching this, and now they're like one of my favorite bands.
Very dope.
So shouts out to Bobby Lees.
Cool. All right, well, we don't want to do too much interview. We still got a couple songs to do. So, yeah, let's get back to the music. You got some special guests for these next couple songs, though. These are two of my favorite tracks from this record. You got...
Y.B.P. with Bruiser Wolf.
Oh, yeah.
And Jenn's Trivia Vacation with Kassa overall.
Beautiful. All right, let's get back to the music.
All right.
KEXP, Danny Brown, let's go.
Do it. What? With the plies.
Wet clothes on the porch, we ain't have a dry. Spinning food stamp, wait till your leader snow. Too many in the bed, had to sleep on the floor. Cause my cousin always pee, getting whipped in the morning. Late night in the kitchen, hear him tossing and turning. Ain't in the kitchen, hear him always fussing. Got my ass beat, I ain't even do nothing. Seen her crying in the kitchen and I don't know why. Call my unspoken crack and she got a black eye. Living off focus hope and we trying to get by. Wash it down with wick juice, wash it down with chili fries. Homie shot at the Coney, hope he survived. Only go to church when someone died. Kids raising kids, all trying to be grown. Things never fix when you come from broken homes. We was young, black and poor, being raised in Detroit. You can never learn what a nigga been taught. So we was young, black and poor, being raised in Detroit. Who can never learn what a nigga been taught? So we was young, black and poor, being raised in Detroit. You can never learn what a nigga been taught. So we was young, black and poor, being raised in Detroit. You can never learn what a nigga been taught.
Detroit City, that's where I live. It's like poetic justice, you get killed at the drive-in. Who gon' front you some work? Who gon' front you some work? We be fresh from the dirt, put you on a t-shirt. Wanted to run like Perry, shoot like Zeke, but in the hood with an eye on me like Rodney P. Motor City, the Motown, the Fab Five, police violence, that's how Malice Green died. Coleman Young, Dennis Archer, Kilpatrick. Pissy mattress in the alley, do a backflip. Oh, these hoes ratchet, daddy's absent. Hey, the kids see us doing wrong. Hey, they wanna be us when they grown, but ask them why. Be act like Butch Jones. My city show no love. It's hard to fit in the murder mitten like O.J.
Young, black and poor, being raised in Detroit. You can never learn what a nigga been taught. So you was young, black and poor, being raised in Detroit. You can never learn what a nigga been taught. So you was young, black and poor, being raised in Detroit. You can never learn what a nigga been taught. So you was young, black and poor, being raised in Detroit. You can never learn what a nigga been taught. Stuck in the middle between Blade and Dilla, so surrounded by killers. Couldn't see the big picture from a bird's eye view. We ain't had no clue, didn't know what was true, had nothing to lose. Home where the heart is, but where's the love? Getting lost in the world, they don't care about us. Back to the wall, we ain't had no plan. Everything about the city made me who I am. You can make it here, yeah, you know the rest. Every day was like a test. If you fail, it's death. Or a trip to Wayne County, hope you don't end up in Jackson. Middleman action to the story, just a fraction. How the system had the vision, but it don't add up. Take away from the hood, never give them back to us. How the system had the vision, but it don't add up. Take away from the hood, never give them back to us. We was young, black, and poor. You can never learn. We was young, black, and poor. You can never learn what a nigga been taught. So we was young, black, and poor, being raised in Detroit. You can never learn what a nigga been taught. So we was young, black, and poor, being raised in Detroit. You can never learn what a nigga been taught.
Who's that peeking in my window? I don't really know what they're here for. On a corner just booked a Starbucks. I was just looking for a comma. Right there used to be a crack house. Now it's an organic garden. Tell me what they do when the block gets slow, when the money get low, but the rent rise up. White folks popping up the blue, they done tore that down and made that to a Whole Foods. Landlords looking for a payday. Niners winning scooters where we used to slang, yay. When he move in, you move on now. Where you gon' go? When he move in, you move on now. What you gon' do? When he move in, you move on now. Where you gon' go? Cameras on the corner, now they feel safe. Wrong move, hook, have a field day. Damn, they made that a dog park. Household pussy right there like Walmart. I used to watch for them park cars. Now it's just white girls drinking out white clouds. When the block gets slow, when the money get low, but the rent rise up. White folks popping up the blue, they done tore that down and made that to a Whole Foods. Landlords looking for a payday. Niners running scooters where we used to slang, yay. Ran down when I bought a stack dough. A big shand notice on the front door. Across the street built new condos, talking about 3 G's for a 2-bedroom. Y'all better check my head soon, but they have a nigga out here with a loose screw. When the block gets slow, when the money get low, but the rent rise up. White folks popping up the blue, they done tore that down and made that to a Whole Foods. Landlords looking for a payday. Now there's no sunshine, so the sky's gray. What you gonna do? When he move in, you move on now. Where you gon' go? When he move in, you move on now. What you gonna do? When he move in, you move on now.
KEXP. KEXP. Ooh-wee. Kassa overall on the drums right there. It was very dope seeing that live. In here with Danny Brown, though, DJ Mike Ramos. I gotta say, that last track, though, Jenn's Terrific Vacation, it took me a minute to realize the play on words with the title. Jenn's Terrific Vacation, Jenn Terrification. How did y'all think of that? Like, how did that come up?
No, it's just a joke. It started off as a joke. I didn't have no intentions on writing no song about that. I just was a joke I had. And then Kassa had sent that beat, and I didn't know what I was going to do with that beat. And then one day, just in the studio, I don't know, caught lightning in a bottle. Really, I can't even explain how it happened. That's why I say I feel like I'm more so like a vessel now than anything, because I don't know how I come up with this. This is not my talent to say when I could stop or when I can keep going. It's a higher power, obviously, guiding me through it. So I really have no explanation now how that came about, besides the fact that I made it as a joke, saying Jenn, terrific vacation, living downtown Detroit. And one day it just happened.
Yeah, just seeing, what you've been seeing in Detroit. And I mean, you've been even coming up to Seattle for a while, and
definitely.
You probably had a lot of these cities that you've been touring, you kind of, what's happening in Detroit, you kind of been seeing it everywhere, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just real quick with the Detroit thing before we go, like, kind of a traditionally tough place to, like, make it from, even, you had, like, your J Dillas and stuff like that, like, definitely some stuff, but it seems like Detroit's kind of been having a moment for a while now, with, like, a lot of the stuff that's coming out in there, and a lot of the just different artists, different rappers, from dudes like Quelle Chris, Boldy James, to, like, your guys like, V's, Babyface Ray, Icewear Vezo, and all that, and even, like, you're kind of off, you're more like TJs and Babytrons and stuff like that, and like, how do you, you've been a fan of all that, all the Detroit stuff?
I think it's dope.
I think it's dope. Is it kind of like unified, or is it kind of everybody doing their own thing but collaborating? Because I see a lot of collaboration.
I mean, I've been living in Austin for the last 3 years, so I don't know what's going on.
Just enjoying it from afar. I feel it. Yeah. Okay, well, man, thank you very much for coming here and sharing these songs with us.
Thank you guys for having me, man. It's an honor.
Yeah, thanks for bringing the guests. Shout out Bruiser Wolf, Kassa, Skywalker. Thanks for all being here. It's KEXP. 90.3, 92.7, KEXP.org. Thanks for watching.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.